Thanks for joining all faculties. Hello all, faculties. Very good afternoon. Thanks for joining on time. Let us give a couple of more minutes. Maybe we'll start at 1:35 so that other faculties also will be joining. Thank you. Hello all. Hemant, can you please confirm my voice is audible?
Yes, your voice is
Yeah,
perfect.
thanks. Once again, welcome all faculties, principals for session on project evaluation process, metrics and scoring session on Nalaiya Thiran project launched by Anna University in association with Department of Information Technology, Government of Tamil Nadu. So, so it's been like close to 3 weeks. We have started our technical trainings. So it's time for us to have a session for faculties to make you understand the project development process, evaluator functionality, like the way how students are started submitting the phases, project phases. Now, how to evaluate them. We would like to educate the metrics, the marks, scoring guidelines and of course, the responsibilities, once again, we would want to highlight now today in the session. So before we get into our actual topic, we have Professor Ranjani ma'am from Anna University and Devkant, Program Manager IBM, joined the session. Thank you, Ranjani ma'am and Devkant, for joining the session. So we request Ranjani ma'am to speak a few words to address the faculties on the state of the project, currently what we are and where we are now. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all the participants to this program, the Nalaiya program on professional readiness for innovation and priority in entrepreneurship. Um, so this is being done with the help of IBM, NASCOM, ICT Academy, and Anna University. So we are the players in this. And so welcome all of you to this program. I think it's been going very well in the last 3 weeks, as Hitesh just pointed out. The program has begun. Students have started participating actively, and number of training has also been conducted for the faculty, both the mentors as well as the evaluators. And so now I think it's time for us to get into the evaluation process, the metrics and the scoring. I mean, as faculty, we have been evaluating projects for a very long time. So I'm sure that many of you may think as to why do we really need to know about how this evaluation process has to be done. But I think there are always certain nuances that we can get when we talk to people from the industry and how they would like us to evaluate projects. So I think it is those nuances that probably we will be getting now when this training program is conducted by IBM. So I request all of you to take the best practices as such from the industry so that we can apply those in all our project evaluations. So all of us have so many projects that we are evaluating as part of our academic program. So whatever best practices we get from in an interaction like this with the industry, I think we should be able to apply it for all our other activities as well. So I would request all of you to actively participate in this, learn from this, and take it to your students. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Devkant to have a few words with faculty.
Yeah, thanks, Hitesh, and good afternoon to all. And Professor Ranjani, thank you so much for your encouraging words. I just wanted to add that we are at a crucial stage now where students are starting to submit their documents or the phase one of their project, and I'm sure you all are aware. As evaluators, we have a very distinct responsibility in this entire project, that not only we have to work with the mentors and the students to see that they submit the artifacts on time, because we have an end date of 19th of November or a plus minus couple of days here and there to see that we submit and finish this project. But also we have the responsibility of giving the right evaluation marks on the each and every phase which the students are submitting. So as a evaluator, our job is very important in this entire journey. And today's session, of course, like what the name suggests, we will be taking you deep dive into what is the process, the matrix, over the things, how you should do the evaluation. If you remember, we had done a similar or a very high level evaluation, session, I think a month back, where we gave a very high level of, a summary of what are the evaluation metrics. But today's session is going deep dive. So I wish all the luck, and I also request that we keep encouraging and working with the mentors and the students of the colleges of your own college, and see that the submissions happen on time and we are able to evaluate it as the project goes on. So best of luck for that, and I wish all the luck for today's session also. Thanks, Yuktesh. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Yeah, so message is well taken. So, all faculties are very much into to understand the platform. Now, without any further delay, I'll hand over to my colleague, Mr. Amar, who will take us through the whole process of project evaluation, metric scoring, and all. Yeah, so Amar, over to you. Amar, you are there?
Yes, thank you, Hitesh. Very good afternoon, one and all. Hitesh, please confirm me, is my voice audible?
Yes, yes, very well.
Okay, thank you. So I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, that it is.
Yeah, once again, warm welcome to all. I think today's the session is more on the evaluation process, metrics, and scoring. I think we have organized a session on evaluation metrics earlier, but it was not in deep. This particular session is completely focused on the entire evaluation process. We will again uh, a brief look at the project development process. Then we will well, platform navigation as an evaluator, how you have to navigate on the platform, how to score the students, various metrics on the platform. So I'll walk you through the platform as an evaluator. Then we'll discuss each and every evaluation metric and the scoring guidelines to be followed for scoring this evaluation metrics. And as a faculty evaluator, what is your responsibility? And we'll have a Q&A at the end. Okay. So let me move on. And if you have any questions during the sessions, there is a Q&A. You can post your questions there. Thank you. In terms of development process, I think we have already discussed this development process in multiple the sessions, but let me have a look at the development process. So currently, the technology training sessions are going on, but as you know, this is a project-based learning. The project development was the learning should be along with the project development process. So we have successfully completed this particular phase now as per the calendar. So we have done with the preparation phase, then we got into ideation phase. Now we are stepping into the project design phase. So every phase has its own deliverables to be submitted by the student teams with the support of faculty mentors. They must submit the deliverables as per the calendar which is shown here. Okay. The technology training sessions will continue till 15th October. And meanwhile, along with the training, the student teams must submit the relevant project deliverables which were already communicated to the students earlier. Okay. So now we are in project design phase 1. And we will have a look at the deliverables for each and every phase. And of course, the most importantly, how to evaluate those deliverables as part of the development process. So we have a total 6 phases: preparation phase, ideation phase, design phase 1, design phase 2, project planning phase, and the most importantly, the last phase is the development phase, where exactly the project is getting developed as per the sprint delivery plan. Okay. And by the end of 15th October, we will complete the technology training sessions. Then during this phase, there will be Ask Me Anything sessions for the students, and we will also organize expert sessions to give the best practices followed in the industry to the students. Okay. And of course, to make this entire program easy for the faculty, mentors, and evaluators, so we have started organizing the Ask Me Anything sessions and knowledge sessions for faculty, mentors, and evaluators. So this will continue till the end of the project. So every 2 days there will be a session. Either it is a Ask Me Anything session or a knowledge session for faculty, mentors, or evaluator. Okay. Now we are here. We are in project design phase 1. Now let's understand, as a faculty evaluator, what are the features available on the platform and how to access the deliverables of the project teams, and how to evaluate them, what are the evaluation metrics, and how to score them individually. So most importantly, as a faculty evaluator, you have to evaluate the individual contribution also. Okay. So industry evaluator will be scoring the project at project level, whereas faculty evaluators must provide the scoring for individual student. Okay. So as an evaluator, I think we assume that we got more than 1900 faculty evaluators who are onboarded onto the platform already. So they have the credentials. So as a faculty evaluator, you have to log in from the microsite as an evaluators. Once you log in, you will get access to the evaluator dashboard, where you can see certain metrics, total teams assigned to the faculty evaluator. So the teams will be assigned to the evaluator by the college Spark. So if teams have not been assigned to you, please reach out to your college box for assigning the teams to be evaluated. Okay. So total teams assigned will be shown here. Total teams evaluated. Once you complete the evaluation process and submit the entire score, this will be counted. And total teams pending for evaluation. Okay. So these are the metrics, and of course, every knowledge session or AMA session have been uploaded to the platform. It will be available in the dashboard. If you are missing any knowledge session, you can refer back the videos on your platform by accessing the dashboard. Okay. Yeah, so the most important step in faculty evaluation is assignments of team. Please ensure your college box assigns the teams to you. So you can access the teams assigned to you using this menu item. So you can see the team ID, what is the project name, who is the team lead, and by clicking on view option, you can see the entire team details. I'll jump into the platform and show you. And what is the status of the project also you can see based on the deliverables submitted by the student teams. The project status will be updated regularly. So industry mentors will review the deliverables submitted by the student teams, and they will approve it. Accordingly, the project status will change, and you can access the project assets. The major assets of the projects will be accessed using these 3 buttons. One is the Git. So all the deliverables of the project will be uploaded to the GitHub account. So you can access the Git of that particular project team from this particular icon. And you can access the project report using doc, and you can access the project demonstration video using the demo link here. And now this is the button where you can click to assign the score. So let me jump onto the platform so that you will understand. Yeah. So this is the dashboard. So all the videos are made available for you. All the knowledge sessions and earlier orientation sessions for the faculty are made available to you here. Then when you go to the teams, okay, so you can look at the team details, roll number, name, and email ID, because the scoring need to be provided for the individual students. So you need to have details of the team here. And to access the GitHub repository, you can just click on the Git. It will take you to the project repo where you can see all the deliverables here, like assignments. This is the kind of deliverable folder structure maintained in the GitHub repository. So every GitHub repository of the project team will have this structure. You will have find assignments, individual assignments. Then you will have project design and planning phase folders, like ideation, design phase 1, design phase 2, project planning. So the folders will be made available to you. Then you will have a project development phase where project development will be done in agile mode. So you can find the sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4. So there will be 4 sprints for the project. So those sprints will be accessible here. And all the code and the necessary features and the demonstration videos specific to that particular sprint will be available in the sprint doc folder. Okay. And ultimately the final project report, the final deliverables, entire code, the project report, and the overall project demonstration video will be made available in the final deliverables. So this is the final project deliverables which will be available in this folder. Okay. So this is the folder structure maintained in all the GitHub repos of the project. So we have already communicated to the students to have this structure defined in their GitHub repository. So you will find the same structure for all the projects which you are reviewing. Okay. Going back again, so you have a doc options. You can access the project doc directly from here. Okay, so it will give access to the collaborative doc on the platform. Then the demo link, project video link can be accessible. So once they upload the video link, they may upload the video on YouTube, or they may keep it in their Google Drive. So, or it can be made available in the GitHub also based on the size. So the link of that video will be made available for the review. Okay. Then once you go through these links, then you can go to assign score. When you click on assign score for that particular project team, you can see here the team ID will be clearly shown. What is the project title? What is the project repository? Because to give the scoring, ultimately you have to go to the project repository on GitHub and go through the deliverables submitted by them and accordingly provide the scoring. Okay, so that's why the GitHub link is also made available here. And there are a few instructions need to be followed. So allocate the marks as per the scoring guidelines. So every metric has certain scoring guidelines. So the scoring guidelines, very short form of scoring guidelines are made available for quick reference. If you mouse over on this information icon, you can see the scoring guidelines. Okay. So if the assignment is fully completed, you can provide 2 score. If it is a partial 1 and not submitted, 0. Okay. So for every sub-evaluation metric, a short form of scoring guidelines are clearly provided to you so that it will be easy for you to score the evaluation metrics. Okay. And there is one instruction, important thing after giving the score. For example, you have reviewed the assignments. Assignment is as per the they have completed the entire assignment. So give the score and click on save. Okay. So, but before getting here, you can see here, please select student. So as this is an individual evaluation, it is mandatory that you have to give the score to individual student. Okay. So the faculty evaluator are going to give the score for the individual student by assessing their contribution to the project. So there are some deliverables which are common across the team, but there are certain deliverables which are based on the individual contribution. Okay. So select the student, then assign the score, click on save. Okay, score added successfully. Okay. So this is a very progressive thing, like as the project progresses, based on the phase of completion, you have to allocate the score to the individual student. But one important point here is this score user input card will be enabled only upon the approval of industry mentor. Okay. So once a student submit the deliverable in GitHub, industry mentor will have a review of that deliverable. And if industry mentor approves that deliverable, then only this card input field will be enabled. Otherwise, it will be disabled. Okay. So you cannot score until industry mentor approves that particular deliverable. So that is a logic here, because uh, this logic has been introduced because there will be a lot of there will be interaction with the industry mentor between the student team and industry mentor, and the industry mentor may give some more inputs on the project deliverable. Not only industry mentor, even faculty mentor also will give some more inputs on the project deliverable. So at the end, student will confirm that, okay, I am done with the entire work, and he will update the status to the industry mentor via Kanban board in the platform. And once industry mentor approves that activity, then the score, the metrics relevant to that activity will be enabled. Okay. So otherwise, a faculty evaluator cannot access the metric, cannot give the score. This will, a particular parameter will be disabled. Okay. So it will be enabled only upon industry mentor approval. Anyway, I'll discuss in detail again on that. So I'm reiterating repeating once again, this evaluation metrics can be scored only upon the approval of relevant activity by the industry mentor. Okay. Each metric listed over here is linked to a particular activity in the project. And if that activity is approved by the industry mentor, then only the evaluator can provide the scoring. Okay. Otherwise, it is not possible for the evaluator to give the scoring. Okay. So this is to ensure that the activity is completed 100% and submitted in the GitHub. Then only the evaluation can take place. Okay. So evaluation metrics will be enabled to allocate the score once the industry mentor approves the task. Ensure the score is assigned to the each member of the team. So this is a individual student evaluation process. So you have to assign the score for each and every student. Okay. So this is the dashboard. So you can based on the phase of completion. Okay, so we have already the calendar defined for each phase. I think you have got this calendar already. So every phase has the timelines clearly defined. So upon completion of the phase, the industry mentors will have a review of the activities, and once those activities have been approved, then you can start evaluating the deliverables. So that is how the activity happens on the platform. So this is about the platform. You have an option to assign the score. This is where you need to give the scoring. And ultimately, after finalizing everything, you have an option to submit. Okay. So in between, if you want to evaluate once again, or there is a change in development process or something, like we are not expecting anything. Once industry mentors approves the activity, there won't be much change in the activities. So once evaluation is done, means done, so you cannot change it. So that's why we have a submit button. So when you click on submit button, it will ensure that all the scores are given to the individual students. And when we click submit, the score will get submitted. Okay. So for every student, you have to give all the scorings and click on submit button at the end. This is how the scoring will be done on the platform. So there are multiple the evaluation metrics, and you have sub evaluation metrics, and the scoring guidelines are clearly defined, and you have to give the score for individual student, and finally submit to submit the score for individual students. And once the score gets submitted, you cannot modify the score. Okay. And for example, because since it is a progressive activity, the project is developed phase wise. So we have given an option to save the score. Okay. So for example, we are in phase two. So phase two ideation phase is the phase two. So phase two is done. Then you have given the score. Then you can just click on save button. So this will save the score for that particular student. Okay. So then you can move on to the next phase. So we have a save option here for every phase. Once you complete the scoring of that particular phase, you can save the scores here, so that at the end, once all the scores are saved, then you can click submit. So this is how the evaluation happens on the platform. And if you have any query specific to the evaluation, we have a support option. I think most of the evaluators are already part of the uh, Rocket Chat channel. So please post your queries in Rocket Chat channel, and also you can also write to the our respective person. Okay, but please be active on Rocket Chat, the Evaluator communication channel. So your questions will be resolved soon when it is posted on Rocket Chat channel. Okay. Now let me move on to the presentation. Yeah, I think we have covered. Now let's discuss in detail about the evaluation metrics. Okay. As you know already, the evaluation metrics have been classified into two groups. One is technical skills evaluation metrics. Second one is a professional or soft skills evaluation metrics. So we have given around 70% weightage for the technical skills evaluation metrics, and the soft skills evaluation metrics will have a 30% score. So overall 100 marks divided to 70 marks for technical, and the professional or soft skill evaluation metrics 30 marks. Okay. And in terms of evaluation, there will be two parallel evaluation will be happening. One evaluation by the industry evaluator at project level, and second one by the faculty evaluator at student level. Okay. And all the metrics are a weighted metric, and overall it will cover up 100% score. Okay. So I repeat once again, the project level evaluation will be done by the industry evaluator, and the scores will be given and it will be made available on the platform in the as a leaderboard. And the faculty evaluator need to give a scoring at student level. Okay. Now let's have a look at the technical skills evaluation metrics. Okay. And for the simplicity, because this evaluation process is happening phase wise, so we have divided this evaluation metrics under each phase. Okay. So phase one is preparation phase. This is more like setting up the environment, accessing the platform, getting ready for the technical training and other things. So during this time, we have given access to the technical training assignments and quizzes. There will be assignments and quizzes submitted by the students. So for that, there are few evaluation metrics. So you can see here, assignments or quizzes are having a certain score, and it has a 5% weightage. So there are 4 assignments which will be submitted as part of this phase, and there will be 4 quizzes. So this will activity will continue till the end of October. But as the assignments get submitted, you will have access to the evaluation of those assignments, and these assignments will be made available in the GitHub. So whereas in case of quizzes, this will be populated from the backend. There is no need to score from your end, because these quizzes are organized at our end. So we will populate this score based on we know the student details already, and the score for individual student. This quizzes score for the quizzes will be populated from the backend from our team. Okay, so there is no need of giving scoring for the quizzes, because it is organized at our end, and the score is already available with us. Okay, so total 4 assignments. And how do you assess the assignment? That is important. Let me just quickly show you one sample assignment to you so that you will understand. So we will be sharing the sample templates for your reference so that you will understand how exactly the templates will be filled. Okay. There is one sample assignment. Let's assume assignment 1. Okay. So there is a assignment on Python programming. Okay. So the student name, the roll number, what is the marks clearly available. So the assignment will contain 2 to 4 questions. Okay. So question 1 and question 2 will be there. The students need to uh, provide the complete these assignments. They have to create the solution for the assignment, and the proof of solution also should be made available on the assignments. Okay. For example, in this assignment, there is a question, write a program which will find all numbers which are divisible by 7 but are not multiple of 5 between 2000 to 3200. Okay, this is a question. Okay, so student need to provide the solution, and the proof of solution need to be made available on the assignment. Okay, so the whatever compiler they use, so the output of the code or the output of the question, the ultimate solution need to be made available in the assignment itself. Okay, so this is how assignments will look like, and this is a sample assignment for your reference. Okay, we'll share the sample as a sample documents, which includes all the templates at every phase, which are sample for your reference, so that you can have a look at okay, how exactly these templates or deliverables need to be submitted. Okay, now let me move on. Yeah. So in technical training, assignments and quizzes, this is one evaluation metric which carries 5% weightage, and it has 2 sub-evaluation metric. One is assignments, 4 numbers, quizzes, 4 numbers. Each assignment need to be given a score. As per guidelines, it is already clearly mentioned what is the range of the score, but how to give the score is clearly available here. If assignment is fully completed and submitted, give the 2 marks. If it is not submitted, it is 0 marks. And if it is a partial submission, then they have not completed, or their information is not fully provided, or it's not as per the expectation. You can take a call to give up to 1 mark, or you can also give decimal points here. The scorecards will even capture decimal points. Okay. So you can decide on partial submission based on your assessment. Okay. So then in case of quizzes, each quiz carries around 0.5 marks, 0.5 into 4 quizzes are 2 marks. Okay. So and each quiz will have 10 questions. This code will be populated from the backend. There is no need for evaluator to give the scoring for quizzes. This will be made directly available on the platform. Okay. So overall 10 marks will be given for each evaluation metric, and with the corresponding weightage. Okay, so this metric has 10 marks. Okay, you can see here 2 into 4 assignments, 8 marks, 0.5 into 4, 2 marks. So 8 plus 2, 10 marks. So 10 marks will be given for this metric, and weightage is 5%, right? Now moving on to the next one. The next metric is again, yeah, this is at ideation phase, phase 2. Okay. So in ideation phase, you have again innovation and problem solving as the main evaluation metric. And under a main evaluation metric, there are 3 evaluation metrics. One is define the problem statement. Second, again, how then second one is empathize and discover. Third one is brainstorm and prioritize the idea. Okay. And these templates are made available for your reference. There are sample reference templates available in the folder. This folder link will be made available for each evaluator so that you can go and refer it back. So ideation phase. Yeah, so we will share these reference templates for you. We have already given these templates during our session, but there is some more information and the template in which the data need to be prepared is clearly given in these templates. For example, define problem statement template. Okay. So this is a team-based template. It is not for individual student. A team need to prepare one common document. Okay. So what is a team ID? What is a project name need to be provided, and it carries 2 marks. Okay. So customer problem statement template. So what is a problem statement template? So this is a template given to you. This is a reference you can check in. So, and this is how you have to fill the template. Okay. For example, you can see a problem statement specific to one use case. I'm a user. Who is a user? What the user is trying to do. Okay. But what is the problem with the user? Why it is happening, and what is the expression of the user? Okay. So this is how the problem statement need to be defined. I think we have discussed during my session already how the problem statement need to be created. So finally, this is how the template need to be created. Problem statement 1, problem statement 2. There will be multiple problem statements. You can list down all the problem statements in the template. This is the format in which you have to create the problem statements. Okay. So like the reference is also clearly given. Okay. How to fill this template. Like you can see here, describe customer with 3 to 4 characteristic. Who are they? Describe the customer and their attributes here. List their outcome or job, the care about what they're trying to achieve. Okay, right. What is their problem? So please refer through this template, and there are clear guidelines are there. What need to be filled in this template. And while reviewing this template, you can look at whether they have clearly identified the problem statement in this format or not. Okay. So by this is a sample template and reference for you. Based on this reference, you can start reviewing the deliverables submitted by the students. And if you have faculty mentors already also in this session, I request faculty mentors to go through this template and please pass on the same to the students. Of course, we have already taken some session to the student, but still please have a clarity on this template and share this with the students so that they can start working on creating the problem statements. Okay. Now, moving on to the presentation. Yeah, one more. I think we have 3 templates here. There is another template called Empathy Map Canvas, right? So this is again for your reference. What is Empathy Map Canvas is clearly given, right? And this is how the template need to be filled. Okay, we have already organized session on this, and for every template there will be a session organized for you. I think we have organized the sessions up to project design phase 1, so we will organize sessions on further templates also. Okay, so you can look at the template here. There is some reference template is also given for food ordering and delivery application. How this template need to be filled, it is clearly given to you. And based on this template, the students can uh, bring out the problem statements of the projects what they are handling in. Okay, right. So yeah, so for every template which is associated with evaluation metrics, we have a sample reference documents for you. So this will be made available to you so that this will be a good reference for you to guide the students if you are a faculty mentor. And if you are a faculty evaluator, this will be the reference for you to review the submissions. Got it? Yeah. So let me move on to the So phase 2 is ideation. So we have 3 sub-evaluation metrics, and the scoring guidelines also clearly provided to you. Okay, if it is fully submitted with the relevant information and it is as per the template defined, provide the maximum marks. And if it is not as per the template given, and if it is not furnishing the full information or some information is missing as per the template, then you can give them partial scoring. And if they haven't submitted this template, then it's a 0 marks. Okay. The same the case with other templates also. Okay, so 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2, total 10 marks for this particular phase, I would say evaluation metric, and the weightage is 10% weightage. Okay, so while calculating the scores, the overall score, the automatically in the backend, we'll consider the weightage and final scoring will be given to the student. Okay, so moving on to the next phase, phase 3 is a project design phase 1. We have already organized a session on project design phase 1 and the relevant templates earlier. Please refer back the video available on your dashboard for the detailed description on each parameter and each template. So there are 3 templates again here, 3 deliverables I can say. One is a proposed solution or a business, a short form of business model canvas. Okay, so we have already discussed this, and the folders which I have shown, you will find this reference document also, how to create a proposed solution document will be made available to you. I will share the link today. And the scoring guidelines for this is again same. So if it is as per the template, all the information is furnished, then provide 2 marks. And if it is partial submission, if it is not covering all the aspects of the proposed solution, okay, give 1 mark. And if they are not submitting, give 0 marks. Okay, so same 4 marks for solution architecture, 4 marks for problem solution fit, 2 marks for proposed solution. Okay, so total 10 marks, and the weightage for this is again 10% weightage. Okay, and you can see on the platform also. Okay, so these are the 3 parameters in phase 3, right? So let me just show you the document. So you have proposed solution template. This is how the template looks like: the team ID, the project name, and proposed solution template. It should cover the parameters like problem statement, which is picked up to be solved, idea or solution description, what is the novelty of uniqueness of the idea, what is the social impact or customer satisfaction, what is the revenue model or business model around the idea, and is this solution or idea is scalable. Okay, so this information need to be filled by the student. If the information filled is relevant, and if the student covers all the information, then you can give the maximum scoring. If information is partially filled or if it is not relevant, then you can decide upon partial scoring. And if it is not submitted it completely after the deadline also, then you can go for 0 scoring. Okay, but we request evaluators and mentors to ensure that this exercise is done by the student teams, and especially the faculty mentors need to ensure that all these templates need to be made available in the GitHub with the proper information, so that the industry evaluators and faculty evaluators will assess and provide the better scoring. Okay, so both the industry mentors and faculty mentors will ensure that these templates are properly filled by the students. So they will extend the support to the students so that it will be completed as expected. Okay, so move on. So in project design phase, again, we have this 3 and total 10 marks, and the weightage is 10%. Okay, now moving on to the next, the project design phase. Okay, so this is where we actually create the relevant document to proceed further on the project development. Okay, so where we will create customer journey maps, user story maps, or data flow diagrams, functional, and we'll assess the both functional and non-functional requirements of the solution what we are going to build. And after getting all the requirements, there will be analysis, interpretation, and modeling to finalize what is the final solution looks like. Okay, so There will be session organized on project design phase 2. Upcoming knowledge session, we are going to cover these templates and the process followed in project design phase. You will have more information about these templates in the next session. But in terms of scoring, the scoring criteria would be like this. Since again, these are all standard templates with the necessary information requirement. If it is again full submission, 4 marks, partial submission up to 2 marks, and not submitted, 0 marks. Same thing with other templates also. Okay. So the criteria would be similar like this. If it is a standard template with the necessary information to be gathered, then the criteria will be mostly like this. If it is a complete submission with relevant information, give up to full marks. And if it is a partial, then up to 50% thing, then yeah, not submitted, it is 0. Okay. So this carries 10% weightage and total 10 marks. So each main evaluation metric will have 10 marks. Okay. And weightage is based on the metric. Okay. What is the importance of the metric for the project development process? Okay. Then, yeah, moving on to the next, in the same project design phase 2, there is one more important metric, technical architecture or technology stack. So it has a 5% weightage, again further divided into 4 metrics. Technical architecture diagram. So the student needs to prepare technical architecture diagram. Then there will be scoring for that. Then utilization of open source frameworks. So this is a slightly subjective evaluation you need to do. So how many open source frameworks they were using in the project development. Okay. So based on the technical architecture, you can understand which stack are they using in developing the solution. So if only one stack, give 1 mark, more than one, give 2 marks. Okay. For example, if you take the AI projects, so they are working on TensorFlow as a framework, it's open source. Okay. You can give the marks accordingly. And even if they are using some kind of package which is open source, you can give marks accordingly. So this is going to be a slightly technical subjective evaluation to give the scoring. Okay. Then third party APIs. Okay, how many APIs they are consuming in developing the solution? For example, there is one project where they are consuming weather API from IBM or whether other sources. So third party API, if it is integrated to the solution, 1 to 2 APIs give 1 mark, and if more than 2 APIs are there, I give 2 marks. Okay, this is to encourage them to integrate external data sources, external APIs in solution development. So this will help them to understand the integration process of APIs. That's why metrics are provided on this particular activity. Okay. Then cloud deployment. Okay, so are they developing the solution locally, or are they deploying the solution on the cloud? And if they're deploying the solution on the cloud, what is architecture? Are they deploying simply on the cloud foundry with a simple environment? Are they deploying it as a containerized application? Okay, using Kubernetes or container architecture. Okay, so if it is a simple architecture directly deployed on the cloud foundry or environment, give 1 mark. If it is deployed as a Kubernetes or containerized application, then give 2 marks. Okay, so these are fewer subjective evaluation you need to do. And you may not find the standard templates for certain parameters. Okay, so like you will not find any template for these 3 parameters, 5.2, 5.3, and 5.4. So this is basically you need to look at the technical architecture diagram and provide the scoring accordingly. Okay. And the faculty mentor should ensure that while the technical architectural diagram is created, we should clearly mention these 3 parameters in the document. Okay. Okay. What are the open source frameworks used? Those indicate it should be clearly mentioned in the technical architecture. Then only this can be evaluated properly. Okay. So what third-party APIs are to be integrated, and whether it is deployed as in a cloud or a local system, or it is deployed as a Kubernetes or containerized application. Okay, that need to be clearly brought out so that faculty evaluators or industry evaluators can give better scoring. Okay. Then moving on to the next. So of course, again 10 marks and the 5% weightage for technical architecture. And this is also important phase, the project planning phase. Okay, so generally we miss out this uh, project planning phase in regular project development activities. Some of the design and the preparation activities may be involved in the regular project development activity when it comes to the industry. So it's a project planning phase. During the project planning phase, the student teams need to understand the agile development methodologies. Okay, and they should know how the industry works. Industry creates entire project the planner using agile development process. I think we have already covered agile development methodologies training for both faculty and students. So project planning also carries certain marks. Okay, so these are the sub-evaluation metrics, like how the project milestones and tasks are clearly defined in the planner. Okay, and because this need to be submitted in a standard template, so there will be a standard template need to be submitted by the student teams, which indicates what are the sprint delivery plan, how the milestones and tasks are defined, how the activities are distributed among the team members, what is the minimum viable project need to be, MVP model considered in the project planning. Okay, so those things are clearly need to be provided on the templates. Okay, so the next one is sprint delivery plan. Okay, so the sprint delivery plan is also important, like to deliver this particular sprint. Okay, how many meetings are organized? Okay, for every meeting we should bring in this culture of recording the minutes within the team. Okay, so they have to record the team minutes of their discussion. Okay, what they have discussed on the day and what is the responsibility of the individual team members. Those things need to be recorded. We will share some template to the students so that they can follow the template for every stand-up call, every team meeting. They can use that template and just record the meeting minutes of meeting and submit in the GitHub. Okay, so because this is brought in into the metrics, because every industry, every project team works in this way. Okay, so if they get these skills now itself, I think they can be a better team player in the future. Okay, so that's why we brought in this metrics, so that at least they will understand what is stand-up call, how to capture the minutes of meeting, and how to share the responsibility among the team members. Okay, so number of stand-up calls, for example, during the entire the project development process, they have around 4 stand-up calls. Less than 4 stand-up calls, it is 0. 5 to 10 stand-up calls, 1 mark, and more than 10 stand-up calls, 2. Okay, so for every project activity, I think the entire project development process, if they divide, if they capture this information, I think there will be more than 6 plus calls they can do to develop this particular project. Okay, so sprint delivery plan along with the meetings organized and minutes of meeting captured, this thing, a standard template is there. We will share that standard template so that students can record the information in that. And project progress tracking. Okay, so as per the planning, whether the project is happening, getting developed or not. Okay, so what is a backlog? Okay, how many hours are taking? There are concepts like velocity chart and other thing. Okay, so those things will be like introduced to the student while working on the project. So there will be a separate session on this. Of course, the project, when they are developing the project, what is the progress tracking? Okay, so are they going as per the timelines, whatever sprint they have planned, whether that sprint is delivered on time or not? Okay, if it is not delivered, what is the reason? Okay, so what is the gap? So those things can be assessed. There are some industry um, the terminology used, like number of man hours, number of hours consumed, what is the burn rate, and what is the velocity chart. So those things will be introduced to the students so that and they will get a knowledge of project development process in future. Okay, so if they submit this standard template, then they will get 2 marks with proper information, partial 1 mark, and not submitted 0 mark. Yeah, so this is also important. I think if the student teams utilize any of project planning tools, there are many open tools also available like Trello. You have a Jira is also there up to 5 members, and the smaller teams they provide a free of cost process. So entire project need to be properly divided into sprints. There will be user stories. There will be epic. So there is a process to create a project planner on tools like Jira, Trello. Okay. So if the student teams uses those tools, we would like to encourage them to work on those tools. So that's why metrics are created for those tools. So if the any of the student uses project planning tool like Trello or Jira in creating the project planner, then we there will be 2 marks given to the student teams. If they don't use any tool, okay, if they just simply give us some basic document, which is not in a structure of not in an industry standard, then it's a 0 mark, or you can give partial marks. Okay, so that can be a subjective thing, but please encourage your student teams to use any of the project management tools like Trello or Jira, so that even when they go to the companies, they don't see that those tools as new tools. Okay, so they will have a good hands-on to work with those tools. And please remember, any project which is handled in the IT industry, they must use they will use these project planning tools. Okay, there are some proprietary tools are there, and most widely used tools are there in the market. Okay, so let's encourage the student teams to use any one of the tool now itself, so that it will be helpful for them in future, right? So this is project planning using agile methodologies. So total 10 marks again. Then weightage is 5%. Okay, so 4 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, total 10 marks and 5% weightage for the project planning using agile methodologies. And so okay, till this phase, it's entirely gathering the information, understanding the problem clearly, creating a proper problem statement. Okay, and understanding the user personas, creating user stories, defining all the functional and non-functional requirement of the solution. Okay, and finally we are coming to the stage where we are defining the solution architecture of that particular solution and the technical architecture, and we have created the project planner. The next step is a project development process. Okay, so there is a good amount of work happened before getting into the actual coding, because that is how the project works. So if the entire thing is done properly, and the project planner in place and everything is ready, then development will does not it doesn't take much time. So that's why the coding comes after all those phases. Okay, so coding and solution, of course weightage is more, because this is a major activity in the project development activity. So 15% weightage is given. And yeah, so how to review the code submitted by the student teams, again sprint wise. So it will be submitted in 4 sprint. Will be submitted in 4 sprint, and every sprint will be reviewed by the industry mentors and faculty mentors, and they will make the development process better. And of course it is given delivered in agile mode and with the MVP structure in mind. Okay, I think that we have discussed minimum viable architecture. So while creating the sprints, they will keep the minimum viable architecture in mind. I request faculty mentors to educate students on MVP model of delivering the projects or products. Okay. So how do we review the coding? The coding need to be reviewed again on multiple parameters. So you can see here functional features proposed and implemented. Okay, So I think maybe in the technical architecture, they have proposed some 5, 6 features, but at the end they have delivered only certain percentage or three features or something. So we need to have a scoring around it. So like up to 30% mapping, 0 marks, 30 to 50% mapping, 1 mark, and more than 50% mapping, it is 2 marks. Okay. What is proposed and what is implemented, that need to be reviewed here. The scoring will be given. Code layout, readability, and reusability. So if this is how the scoring will be given. Average 0 to 1. You can use decimal points also in scoring. Good 1 to 2, and excellent uh, 2 marks. Okay, is the maximum limit. Then algorithm utilization of algorithms using dynamic programming in the code, memory optimization techniques they use. Then this is the scoring guidelines. Then you have debugging and traceability in the code. If you then give the score accordingly. If the students implements proper exception handling techniques, then give the scoring accordingly. So coding and solutioning will be reviewed like this. There are 5 sub metrics, and of course, finally, it is a 10 marks, total 10 marks, and the weightage is more for the coding and solutioning. 15% weightage is given for the coding and solutioning. Okay. So this is where faculty mentors need to encourage students to use the standard the best practices followed in the industry while writing the code, like writing a code in a proper layout, making the code readable and reusable, and encouraging them to utilize them some algorithms, maybe some sorting algorithms, search algorithms, or any special algorithms in developing the code, and encourage them to make code more modular and utilization of the functions and other thing, and unnecessary utilization of variables. So what is the best way of coding? We need to educate the student teams in all these aspects. So if we encourage them to look at these parameters, okay, if they start looking at the metrics and start thinking, okay, if I include debugging and traceability, okay, I'll get 2 additional marks. So that they will be encouraged that they know how to include the debugging and traceability in the coding. Of course, there will be a knowledge sessions organized during the development process, but we encourage faculty, we request faculty mentors to encourage the students to include this such a parameters while they code. Okay, so you can introduce this terminology, and there will be samples given to the students so that they will understand these terms, and going as a developer when they are going into the industry, so they will know how to write a better code. Okay, and of course this will help even the student teams in their placements and product development activities. So the development phase again, yeah. So this is again important activity, and which is again associated with scoring, which is nothing but acceptance testing. Okay. So after developing each sprint, every sprint need to be tested using a standard test cases. Okay. So there is a process of creating a unit acceptance testing, and it has the relevant the documents also, the templates and documents. So unit acceptance testing, initiation and design. So we need to create test cases, clear test cases to test uh, the developed project. It will have front end, back end, and some user interactions based on the project user stories and other thing. We can create this test cases. Anyway, there will be a session on unit acceptance testing, how to create test cases, how to execute the test cases, and how to create a final report, and what are the general tools used in the testing process. So there will be a session, separate session on this for faculty, so that you can also understand and ultimately communicate with students on the, the document templates as well as the process. Okay. So unit acceptance testing initiation and design, it's a standard template. Okay, so it carries some maximum of 4 marks. Then unit acceptance testing, execution and report submission. Okay, we need to run either manually or using some test tools to execute this acceptance testing, and you have to compile the report. Okay, so the team need to create a first reports that need to be reviewed by the faculty evaluator. Okay, so for that again the scoring 4 marks are given. And utilization of testing tools, if they are not using any tools, it is a simple manual testing, then you can give scoring between 0 to 2 as a decimal thing. Okay, if anyone if they use any one of the tools, any testing tools, either open source or some proprietary, then we can go up to 2 marks. Okay, so this is again to make them understand how the software modules will be tested, and that too at the sprint level. Okay, so that's why we brought in this parameter, so that at least they will understand the standard process of testing, the terminology and the templates used in the industry, so that when they get into the proper development, it will be easy for them to communicate with the testers, or if they are getting into the testing job domain, it will be very easy for them to understand this entire process. Okay, so that's why a special due weightage is given to the unit acceptance testing as part of the project development activity. Okay, so the overall scoring is 10 marks, and 5% weightage is given to the unit acceptance testing. Right. Then next phase is, again, we are in project development phase. Ultimately, the final metric is performance metrics. Okay, so we have multiple tracks. We have AML projects, IoT projects, data analytics projects, cloud application development projects. So we have categorized metric, this performance metric, into 3 categories. Okay, if it is IoT or cloud application development projects, then it is going to be application performance metrics need to be assessed. So based on the project, the metrics will change on the dashboard. I mean, it's like for IoT and cloud application development projects, it will be application performance metrics. So where it will be application loading time, number of requests. We will also educate student teams to how to perform performance metrics manually, as well as using some online tools. Okay, so application performance metric. Uh, Let me just show you. Sorry. This document has been already shared with the faculty mentors. Okay, as well, all the faculties, we have already shared this. So application performance metrics like error rates, response time, request rate, customer experience. Okay, so these are the sub metrics for this. So based on the type of the project, we will enable corresponding the metric. If it is a AIML project, then you will see only model performance metrics in the evaluation dashboard. If it is a IoT and cloud application, then you will see application performance metric. If it is a data analytics project, you will see dashboard user stories metrics. Okay, so if it is a ML project, AML, it is going to be like more on model performance. And in case of data analytics, it's more on dashboard design, data responsiveness, amount of data. It's around data and visualizations. Okay, so each carries again 10 marks. So, and 5% weightage. Okay, so I repeat once again, especially this particular parameter, uh, performance metrics, this is specific to the category of the project. Okay, so we have IoT and the cloud application projects falls under application performance metrics. So you will see metrics specific to application performance. If it is a ML and AI project, the review is more around the model performance metrics, like uh, it's more like ML model or AI model performance. Then if it is a data analytics project, then it is more on dashboards, visual analytics, and the user stories. So based on that, evaluation will be done. Okay. And of course, total marks are 10. And how to assess this? Then it is based on the performance. Okay. So you can see below average, the performance is not expected. Okay. It is 0 to 25% scoring. Satisfactory, it is 25 to 50. Good, 50 to 75. And excellent, 70 to 100. Okay. So overall 10 marks is given based on the percentage and based on the performance metrics. Okay. So, and this has 5% weightage for the entire technical evaluation metric. Okay. So these are the technical evaluation metrics. Now, how to calculate the overall score? This is how it is calculated. So technical skill scoring. Okay. So for every parameter, we have score. Like I have considered maximum score here. 10 for each evaluation metric. We have 9 main evaluation metrics are there. Okay. So 10 into the weightage plus it's a weighted sum basically. So if you add all the weighted sum, the maximum values, you will get 0.7 as a score or 70% for the technical skill scoring. Okay. And same thing for the professional skill scoring also, or soft skill scoring. We have 5 main parameters under soft skills evaluation metrics. And with the weightage is 30%. Sorry, this is 30%. Okay. So weightage is 0.3. I would say like 30% for all the metrics. Put together, it is a 0.3. So 0.7 plus 0.3, it is a 1 or 100%. Okay. So this is how the scoring will be generated by the faculty evaluator for individual student. Okay. So faculty evaluators need to assess the contribution of individual student in each activity. Okay. For example, unit acceptance testing. If the entire unit acceptance testing is divided across the team members, the faculty evaluator, since he is physically present in the campus, he should understand who did how many test cases, whether individual person has clear understanding of UAT or not. Only one person has done the entire UAT and other people are taking credit. That need to be assessed by the faculty evaluator only, because this need to be assessed physically on the ground with by discussing with the team. So when we have a discussion with the team, as a faculty evaluator, if you have a discussion with individual team members, you can understand clearly what is the contribution of individual students, and accordingly you can give the scoring to the individual student. Okay. And same the case in case of coding and solutioning. Okay. Entire sprint will be distributed to the student teams. Okay. So one person may be working on front ending and one person may be working on the back end, another thing. You need to evaluate individual contribution and accordingly give the score for individual student. Okay. Right. So this is how the technical evaluation metrics are reviewed. Now let's have a look at the soft skills or professional evaluation metrics. So one is a teamwork. This can be rated at the end. Okay. Because this cannot be reviewed from the beginning, but of course, few things you can understand from the beginning, but still this need to be provided at the end of the project. Then only you will have a clarity, a clear picture. But anyway, this you have an option to save this. We have enabled this particular metrics from the beginning of the project itself. Okay, so if you want to save the score, you can save the score and modify as the project development happens. But this particular all these evaluation metrics are enabled from the beginning of the project itself. Whenever you want to score, you can score it. Whereas other activities, upon completion and upon approval of the industry mentor only, that particular evaluation metric will be enabled. Okay. So you will not get those parameters enabled before. Okay. Upon completion of activity and upon approval of the industry mentor only, those metrics are enabled. Whereas professional or soft skills metrics will be enabled from the beginning onwards, based on your interaction with the team, based on your understanding of individual person's performance and other thing. You can start giving them the score and save it there. But at the end, you can finally modify and submit the score to the entire evaluation. Okay. So soft skill evaluation metrics are teamwork, which is 5%, which is basically a level of collaboration between team members, individual contribution based on this 5 plus 5, 10 marks. So based on this, you can give the scoring. Next is time management, how they are working on the project. Are they delivering the deliverables on time or not? That can be easily tracked using GitHub. And you can anyway, evaluation has to be done as per the schedule. So you have to complete the evaluation as planned. So if the student teams are not delivering the deliverables as per the plan, then maybe you can take the call. So the time management parameter will get affected. Okay. So are they delivering the assignment on the time? Are they delivering the project design templates on time? Whether they are submitting the code as per the milestone, the sprint schedules or not? Submission of project doc and demo, whether it is done on time or not. So it's basically, are they following the timelines or not? Based on that, you can give the score for the individual student. Then attendance and punctuality. So this is again, we have captured attendance of the technical sessions. So they are attending. There are attendance for AMA sessions. So attendance of orientation and agile sessions. And attendance anyway, it is locally also captured. So based on the attendance percentage, this parameter can be rated for individual students. Okay, so we can consider the attendance for this particular program on the campus. We are assuming that all the faculty mentors are capturing the attendance of the students attending the physical lab sessions on the specified dates. So based on the attendance, this particular parameters can be scored. And project documentation, this is the overall documentation. Have they submitted all the templates or not? Only partial templates are submitted, or so it includes product design templates and project process documentation. So you can verify whether they have submitted all the documents or not. If they have not submitted the documentation, accordingly can reduce the score. Okay. Then project demonstration. So final demonstration of the project can be reviewed. So whether project demo is properly planned or not, how is the presentation, demonstration of proposed features, whatever features they have proposed, whether they have properly demonstrated or not, whether it is demonstration is done by individual person or as a team, whether they have clearly got the idea what is the future scope and scale solution what they have developed. Okay, so sorry, yeah. So based on that, the scoring can be given. So each metric again carries 10 marks. So total 5 metrics are, and with a total weightage of 30%. Okay. So I repeat once again, these metrics are enabled from the beginning onwards. There is no link to the approval of industry mentor. Okay. So these metrics are enabled from the beginning of the project. You can start assigning the score based on your observation on the ground. Okay, you can save the score, and final score when you are submitting the all the scores, you can edit the score based on the final observations and submit the score. Okay, so these 5 parameters are not linked to the approval of industry mentors. So industry mentor is not going to approve any uh, uh, because these are all more of subjective and evaluation. Okay, so this is completely in the faculty evaluator hand. So based on your inputs, based on your observation, you can give the scoring. Okay, right. So this is how the scoring would be done. You can see here there is a option on the platform, professional skills metrics. So teamwork, time management, attendance and functionality, project documentation, and project demonstration. Okay. So I repeat again. Yeah, maybe just I'll edit it. Sorry. So this is how the scoring will be given for the individual student. Okay, so please keep in a note. The scoring will be given for the individual student by the faculty evaluator, and same exercise will be done by the industry evaluator, but at a project level. Okay, not at individual student level. Okay, and two separate scoreboard will be generated as a leaderboard. One score from industry evaluator, another score from the faculty evaluator. So where industry evaluator will give scoring on a whole project, faculty evaluator will give scoring for individual students. Okay. Hope I'm clear so far. Let me move on. In terms of responsibility, uh, the first responsibility is to understand the project templates and scoring guidelines. This is very important activity. As a faculty evaluator, you should have a very clear understanding of all the templates used in this development process. And I'm sure if you go through the template in detail, you will clearly understand the importance of those parameters in project development. And if you understand these parameters, you will understand entire industry process. So whatever process followed in the industry, same thing can be uh, understood from these templates. Okay. So the next is like especially team assignments. Sparks will be assigning the teams to the faculty evaluators. I think this activity is already done. Then please discuss with Sparks. If you have not find any teams in your dashboard, please reach out to your college Sparks. So they would be assigning the teams to the individual faculty evaluator. And please coordinate with faculty mentors for timely submission of deliverable, because your as a faculty evaluator, your metrics are to get those evaluation metrics enabled on your platform. So those evaluation metrics will be enabled on the platform only if industry mentor approves the completion of the activity. Okay, industry mentor can approve that only if the activity is completed. Okay, so faculty mentors are the key stakeholders in this entire process. We request all the faculty mentors to coordinate with the students to follow the timelines. And if you submit if the student team submit the templates on time, then only the evaluation process will happen on time. Otherwise, entire process will get delayed. Okay. And we have to complete this entire process by 19th of November. By that time, the evaluation should complete and leaderboard should be available. So timely coordination of the stakeholders is very important here. Faculty mentors, industry evaluators, and faculty evaluators. So everybody has a responsibility, and they are all like they need to coordinate together. Then only the evaluation can happen on time. And evaluate the student as per the project schedule. Yeah, so as a faculty evaluator, one important thing is like you need to have a proper evaluation of individual contribution of the students. Okay, so every student need to be properly evaluated. You need to understand the contribution and collaboration of each and every member in the team. And of course, this evaluation process should not get delayed. It has to complete as per the planned agenda. Okay, so then maintain the status of evaluation. We request the evaluators also have their own evaluation, even though, yeah, you have everything on the platform, but as a tracker for your internal reference, we request you to create a tracker of evaluation. Okay. So maybe in a simple Excel format, just to for your reference to understand where you are and how many teams you have referred. But of course, same thing can be exported from the platform. We will give an option on the platform to export its own. Okay, but we request you to maintain a local Excel sheet for internal tracker. Okay, so these are the responsibilities for the faculty evaluator. And yeah, of course, faculty mentors, again, you are the key people to encourage students to complete the deliverables as per the timelines. And we request both faculty mentors and evaluators to have a clear understanding of the project templates which are used in the process. And I'm pretty sure if you understand these templates, you can implement the similar process in many hackathons and other processes, other programs which we organize on the campus. So this is going to be a very good knowledge transfer from industry to the academia. Okay. So this is how it is. So there are a couple of things. Let me communicate. As I mentioned, every faculty, both faculty mentors as faculty evaluators in event, we will share the reference templates, the sample templates to you all. Okay, so ideation phase, preparation phase, design phase. So every phase, the reference template, the filled in templates, and what is the template to be followed and how it is to be filled with a certain information will be made available to you, both in PDF and Word document, so that you can use the templates directly for the development. So we'll make this downloadable link available on your dashboards. Okay, we'll share the links in the groups also. Okay, so that you can refer these templates for your internal reference for creating entire project process. Okay, and for evaluation also, these templates are important for you, right? And please refer this document. I think we have already shared this evaluation metrics document in the groups, technical skills evaluation and the soft skills evaluations. We have a elaborated information here. For example, if you take, we have clearly given like project milestones and tasks, what is the score and what is to be done. Okay, and what is the scoring guideline. So in this document, you will have everything written clearly. So please keep these two documents handy with you for mentoring students as well as for evaluating the process. So I repeat, the two document, one is a technical skills evaluation matrix and soft skills or professional skills evaluation matrix. So there are two documents which have been already shared with the faculty mentors and evaluators. So we once again share these documents in the group. So please keep these documents handy. This will give a complete picture of the evaluation metrics, sub-evaluation metrics, their score, and what is the description and scoring guidelines. Okay, so please maintain these documents. And of course, this calendar is already there with you. The timelines clearly mentioned. So we request all faculty mentors and evaluators to coordinate properly to complete the activities assigned as per this calendar. Okay, if we are not missing following the calendar or missing out the milestones, we cannot complete this project before 19th November, because right, this is offered as elective subject. Of course, this content score, that score will go and be added into the degree. So we have to complete this entire process in line with your regular semester. Okay, then only the scores can be submitted to Anna University. So we request mentors and evaluators to follow the timelines as defined in the timelines document, which have been already shared with you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Now we are open for questions. Yuktesh, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amar. That was a very good session on evaluation part, like each and every phase. You have very clearly explained to the faculties. But
Yeah,
I
no,
believe,
one point, Yuktesh, I'm sorry. For
please.
every phase, we are organizing a knowledge session to give a very detailed description on the templates used. Okay. So we have done a session for ideation phase. We have done session for project design phase 1. Okay. Similarly, we will be organizing 3 more knowledge sessions on design phase 2, planning phase, and development phase. I request faculty to attend these sessions because you will understand the templates in detail and the process behind those templates also. Okay. Thank you, Yuktesh. Bye.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, there were a lot of questions in the Q&A, Amar. So one thing most of the people are asking, like all these templates, can any downloadable link is there is what they're asking. So
Yeah, that's what now. We will be sharing that link. Every template will be available in that thing. So
the,
with the
the
corresponding phases, there will be folders. Both editable version is also there, so they can use those documents.
right, makes sense. Thanks. So let's go to the Q&A now.
So we have
Okay.
any other words from Dekant or Ranjani ma'am?
Yeah, Dave, uh, Ranjani ma'am, Dev.
Uh, Yeah. So I think the session was quite well done, Amar. Thanks. And there are a few questions like we are attending now on the chat. So let's address some of the common ones, especially the sharing of the templates and this PPT. I think these two are the most common we need to address. Yeah, thank you. I think went well, but let's address the questions.
Sure.
Yeah, Ranjani, uh, you wanted to have a word? Uh, okay. So let's get into the Q&A, Amar. Okay. So I'm just reading up. This is Ashok Kumar Gate and it details regarding how to take psychometric test. Amar, can you see the questions?
Yeah, I can see, but I'm not like
Um,
understanding where is the psychometric test.
Correct, correct. So this question I asked the early of your session, but still uh, I want to answer. So psychometric test is nowhere related to our project, right? So sir,
Yeah.
rephrase your question. Maybe you're wanting to ask something else. Okay. End semester exams, how to award marks for this course?
Yeah, the scoring is again based on the individual student scoring provided by the faculty evaluators. So of course, it has 100 marks, right? Or 10 CGPA. So based on the overall score, they can define the final score for the individual student. It is based on the faculty evaluator scores.
Yeah, thanks. We have to award both internal and external marks for student to get. I think this question is answered. Is
Yeah.
there any procedure to award those marks? It's one go, right? Whatever
There
you
is
just
no, there
answered.
is no, there is no internal and external. It's a one go.
Correct.
Yeah.
Only one time evaluation, sir. That considered like whole total evaluation.
Yeah, every phase it has to be evaluated, and yes, it is one-time evaluation.
Right.
That's why we are ensuring that the activity is properly done. It will be reviewed by the faculty mentor as well as industry mentor. Then industry mentor will approve it. Then only we are allowing for the evaluation of the activity.
Yeah. Thanks. Uh, Hemant, can you take this? I didn't receive any login credentials to Rocket Chat. What to do?
Uh, we have shared the login credentials with all the faculties who have onboarded. Anyhow, I'll have a check and reshare the credentials.
But anonymous attendee, request you to give your questions with your name faculty so that we can check on your name.
If I'm not wrong, faculty is from Sona College because I had a conversation in chat. So
Okay. One evaluator per team. Yeah. So actually, yes, for a team, only one evaluator, faculty evaluator has to evaluate all the 4 member or in few cases 5 member team. From the evaluator perspective, one evaluator will have maximum of 8 teams. Okay, so you're and one more point, I think Amar has conveyed, but let me reiterate that your college SPOC has a role to play. College SPOC, let us say if a college has got 60 teams, college SPOC has to assign those teams to the evaluators until unless evaluator will not be able to do anything. So Spock, again, all the Spocks over here, if Spocks are not there from your respective college, inform to them that those are the ones has to assign those teams to you as an evaluator. So to you, your Spock has to assign. Then only you can come into the picture and start evaluating the marks. Just start giving the marks. Okay. Any duration is there to complete this evaluation process? Yes, of course, duration is there. The moment student completes the task, industry mentor, as Amar was highlighting, industry mentor will review and approve it. The moment industry mentor approve it, it will be highlighting in your faculty evaluator login. So you have to evaluate it, and it has to be completed lesser than a week's time. Let us say today student completes the phase one. Next phase, by next 1 week you have to complete the evaluation. The whole target is to complete all the 6 phases along with the soft skills, professional skills by November 19th. So unless until if you don't act fast on the student work, that will get delayed. Okay. One of team member not able to upload the GitHub repository. Hemant, can you take this? Because it should,
Okay. So faculties, what happens is if it is showing as uploads disabled, that means the student has not accepted the invitation which has gone to their email IDs. So what happens is until and unless the student accepts the invitation, they'll not be able to upload the project files in their Git repositories. So, and the other case, what we have observed, from past days is students are giving the wrong username while getting collaborated with repos present in their workspace. So it's a small request, like students has to give the correct username, then only they'll be receiving the invitation mails.
Thanks, Hemant. So there aren't any WhatsApp groups for Ma'am. So Rocket Chat is what you have to leverage in to get in connect with IBM and mentors. So hardware related project, how components to be purchased. Amar, if you can take this. Actually, they don't need to purchase any device, I guess. But Amar, I leave it to you to answer.
Yeah, actually, see if the hardware is available, they can use the hardware and integrate it to the IBM Watson IoT platform. But if hardware is not available, also you can simulate the device using Node-RED on the laptops on their local PC. Okay, so that is how the trainings are taken up. So it's more on development of IoT application rather than core hardware development. Okay. So we recommend if you have a hardware in the lab or students, please go ahead with using it. If it is not available, let's proceed with the simulated device using Node-RED.
Yeah, thanks, Amar. So uploads are disabled in GitHub. We don't have access to upload. Hemant?
So faculty has said the uploads will be disabled if the student is not accepting the invitation received to their email IDs. We request the students to please accept the invitations received from the platform repo so that they can upload the files and proceed ahead.
Yeah, this is basically during the collaboration, right?
Correct.
When they collaborate with the Git repo, they receive a confirmation email to their email ID. They have to confirm, then only they get access to they get collaborated with that Git.
Yeah. Okay, so couple of email. Hemant, take a note of this correct email ID, wrong email ID.
Yep, sure. I have already noted this.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Team leader have the login issues.
It's with the above question.
Oh, okay. We have Aarti ma'am, you can check with the ICT team. We have Naren and Vijayan sir. They'll be helping you out and resolving your issues. Um, Not able to access webmail student. Instead, they're getting Vimeo and going to one video link. Did you guys, Hemant, did you understood this? Belina,
Yes. Actually, we have replaced the links. So what happened is we gave the reference link also for the students to create their uh, uh, cloud accounts. So it got replaced. So we have done the changes.
okay, thanks. Okay. Templates and all we will share. I'm just moving on. The questions which are on template, I'm just skipping. We have already conveyed, we will share that to you. Okay, so hope Sangeeta ma'am details also you have taken, Hemant.
Yeah, sure. I'll take this.
Yeah. Okay, so already the date of submission of ideation phase is over, but the students have not followed the template for problem statement. Shall I inform to resubmit, sir?
Yeah,
Uh,
Hitesh, actually, my earlier session also, there were a few like same format has been used in my earlier session also. If they have already submitted, it's okay. It can be as it is. So the current reference template which I have given is also in line with the earlier session which I have organized. Okay. So there is no need
hmm,
to worry. It can be same. Otherwise, if they want to just modify into the latest template, they can do it. Okay, but the both are almost same. There is not much difference in it.
oh,
Okay.
got it. So rework is not required, ma'am. So let it be. Those who are not yet submitted, maybe you can ask them to utilize the given template. Okay, let me move on. Yeah, evaluation guidelines. We will share the guidelines with you. What about the courses in the project? Whether certificates will be issued for courses in the project? Only two courses are there. Uh,
Yeah, this
Amar,
is
they
about the skills network portal. Hemant, the certificates for those courses will be enabled, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the certificates are there for all the courses.
Okay.
okay, yeah, thanks. Psychometric test is related to okay.
I think
So
this is a non-model one scheme.
yeah,
I think this project, the Nalaiya thiran doesn't have any psychometric test. Yeah.
right.
Maybe you
Yeah,
can refer to non-model one website for that.
correct. So for this Nalaiya project, no, nothing as such psychometric test faculties. Okay. Uh, if industry mentor is not approving what, so that no chance at all, Mama Ishwari ma'am. So
Yeah.
industry
So
mentors
if
are
industry mentor is not approving the activity, then evaluation is not possible, right, Hitesh? So if it is getting delayed, if the timelines are moving because of the industry mentor not approval, that means there will be two reasons. One is student have not completed the activity. Second, industry mentor may not be reviewed and approved the activity. Okay. So, we can post this in the common group. So if it is delay because of industry mentor reviews, we'll take up at our end. And if it is delay because of actual activity not completed by the students, we will communicate to the faculty mentors and get it done. And since you're also available on the campus, please check with your faculty mentor on the status of the activity. If it is completed and only pending with industry mentor, you can reach out to us. We will take care of it to complete as soon as possible.
yeah. Thanks, much. Can students view the templates in dashboard?
Yes, Hitesh, I think all the reference templates, we will also enable it in the student dashboard. This is very much needed. So we will enter all the folders, the reference templates. We will also make it available in student dashboard.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. When industry mentor allocate for each team, because team lead not able to assign next task without review previous one. Did you get this question, Amar?
Allocate for each team because team lead not able to assign. Yeah, but we have an option actually. The team lead can assign the activities to the individual team members as well as he can modify also. Okay. For example, he has assigned one activity to one team member, but later after a few days, if you want to change the team member, he can change, but it doesn't reflect any change in the project status. Okay. They can reallocate the team members if needed. That option is available with the team lead. There is no intervention of industry mentor.
Okay. Any extension for assignments? Assignments actually 1 week time frame we have given. Yeah, so that is good enough to submit the work on question what we have, assignment what we have given. Because so we can do extension, but the point is again next week another assignment will come and another activity will come. So it's better you insist your students to submit the assignments in lesser than a week, faculties. Any timeline for evaluator? We have already told November 19th we have to complete all the phases of the project. So the moment student complete the phase one, phase two, in 1 week's time frame, faculty has to complete the evaluation. Actually, one team, not more than 15-20 minutes, or lesser than half an hour it will take. So each faculty evaluator will have a maximum of 8 teams. So it's easily doable, faculties. Uh, which of student submission are allowed to be common across the team members and which are not?
I think there are many deliverables which are common across the students. The templates, then most of the templates I can say because they're all collaborative activities. So they have to collaborate together and submit the final template. So and the training, attendance, assignment, quizzes. So which are mostly linked to the soft skills assessment or individual based, but majority of deliverables are collaborative team based deliverables.
Okay. Uh, so
Today's point it will be shared. It will be shared with the faculty. Yeah.
fine. We did not hear anything to give us the voice. So, Magesh Kumar sir, maybe a network issue from your side. Apart from you, we haven't heard any faculty said that, and for us, it was clear. Anyway, recording we will share, sir. Maybe you can go through it. Mm, Assignment submission link. Some students haven't received assignment submission link. Hemant, can you take this?
Third, faculty, what's happening is the assignments have been given in the live sessions, and after this live sessions, the respective mentors are giving the assignments. Like they are posting the assignment questions in Rocket Chat along with the batch names as well. So if the student has missed the assignment question in the live session, then they can refer to the project support channels, that is your Rocket Student Rocket Chat, so that they can get the assignment question.
Are the students and mentors aware of this entire rubrics with split up?
Yeah. So like the rubrics point of view, I think we are organizing the session. We have already organized one session, and for every phase, we are organizing the session for the faculty mentors. And earlier we have organized a session on the evaluation metrics to students also. Okay. So, and it's again the faculty mentor's responsibility also to educate the students on this rubric. That would be the best way of communicating this information to the students. And of course, these sessions will be made available to the students also. They can also refer back these videos through the dashboard.
Yeah, thanks, Amar. Okay, so Dr. Sri Venkatesh sir received mail on September 6th with one page of training and project timeline, activities, responsibilities document. Where is the remaining page? Only till week 9 only. Okay, so we will reshare Sri Venkateshwaran sir. Maybe you have received. I don't know. Through email we have sent full document. We will resend it to you. Uh, Kanban board. Shantini ma'am. So basically, once a team leader assign tasks to activity to the team members, and once after the completion of their work, they will move the tiles to the complete status. Okay, so then
And
industry yeah, please.
I think there is a session organized on this. Okay, I think they cannot visualize with a discussion. I think Hemant, we have organized one session on this, right?
Yeah. It's AMA session, and the recording also we have provided in dashboards of faculty evaluators, mentors, and SPOC and principals as well.
So students are having access to the dashboard. Maybe you can refer back to that video map so that you will understand it clearly.
Okay, Hemant, can you check Amita Swami?
Sure. I have just informed.
Yeah.
We are checking.
Okay. So assignments, I've been getting a lot of questions on assignments from the time when we give assignments. 1 week is what you insist your students to complete the assignment work in 1 week. Faculties, our program support channels. So uh, program support channels. Actually, we have Rocket Chat uh, channel to support your general questions. Beyond that, Amar, do we have anything?
This, I think, ma'am, mean project support channels. I have just referred to project support channels in my previous answers, right? So, ma'am, project support channels are the channels where industry mentor gets connected with the students. Students have chat with mentor option in their logins. So, when they click on this chat with mentor option, they get into the project support channels to get in touch with the industry mentors.
Okay. Can Spock able to verify individual team? Yes, of course. Spock, in this, when I say verify, when I say verify, actually Spock has to assign teams to the faculty evaluator. To that extent, Spock can do. But verification of the work and all been done by mentor and evaluator. Some teams not follow the template for the documentation. So already done work, please don't ask them to do any changes. Those who haven't submitted phase 1, phase 2, ask them to follow the given templates.
But anyway, in my last session also, I have utilized the similar templates. On there is not much change in the templates. Okay,
Mhm.
so they're the same templates. Just only made it as a separate reference document, nothing else. Templates are same. Okay, except that
No.
problem statement template, there is slight modification, but earlier one is also same. There is not much difference in it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Uh, Sudhagar sir will do that. We will share the templates all. Is there any changes? Okay. I'm just moving on. Skipping the template questions. Uh, so manual templates we will share Madhumati. Uh,
Yes,
August.
Lata, yeah. How does the evaluator can contact you? Is there any Rocket Chat available for them? Yes, Ms. Lata. In your evaluator's login, you will have an option called support. So when you click on it, you can interact with us. And we are also reinitiating credentials of Race Rocket Chat with all the faculties once again.
Okay, thanks, Hemant. IBM Collaborate invitation will not receive by students, so they can't upload documents in Git.
So, Vijayalakshmi ma'am here, IBM will not share any sort of invitations. When a particular student is trying to collaborate with the Git repo present on the platform, they'll be receiving the email from GitHub directly. The email will be shared to the email ID which is registered on GitHub. Basically, with which email ID the GitHub account is created, to that email ID GitHub invitation will be shared directly. So nowhere IBM is involved here. So only the thing is student has to make sure that he is giving the correct username while getting collaborated with the GitHub.
Okay, so the team folder creation code, such as Git remote and Git push code, is not shown in the GitHub login. Where they can find the code, or is it okay to submit the assignment work without creating folder? No, I think have to create folder. Maybe Hemant.
Yeah. Miss Sangeeta, ma'am, so students can upload the files in both ways. In this both ways, student has to create the folder. The code get remote, get push. What you're talking is they use the git bash and submit or upload the files to the git repo. Or the student, if student is facing difficulties in it, student can also upload the folders directly by just dragging and dropping to their Git repos. But in both the cases, student has to follow the project structure which we have shared. So project deliverable structure has been shared with students and faculty. So we request to follow that so that it will be easier for evaluation and review.
Yeah. Courses, I think we have already communicated. Invitation links are expired to accept in GitHub.
Archana ma'am, what happens is invitation link will be active for 7 days. If the student is not accepting the invitation within the 7 days, then the student has to, write to us or in their support channel, just they can ping so that we'll provide the recollaboration. So, but we request the students to please accept the invitation within 7 days.
Okay. It's possible to arrange these knowledge sessions after 6 o'clock, because during 1:30 we have classes or lab. Ma'am, actually, majority of the faculties, voted for this time slot, so that's how we are conducting them. Sorry, I request you to adjust for the given time slot, ma'am. And after 6, actually, student sessions will be happening. Okay, so I'm just proceeding with further questions. So all the documents we will share with you, Shantini ma'am, along with the recording. Karthikeni, we didn't get in Rocket Chat login. Hemant.
Yes, sir. So for all the faculties who are claiming that they have not received the Rocket Chat login credentials, we are resharing the credentials with all the faculties who have got approved. Like, when you have registered for any of the role, your principal has approved you, correct? So for all the faculties who are approved by the principals, we are resharing the credentials again.
Yeah. Which of the students submissions are allowed to the common across the team members and which are not? Mm, What's this? Which of the students' submissions are allowed to be common across the team members and which are not? I think, Amar, can you take this
Yeah,
question?
Hitesh, I think few deliverables are need to be uploaded individually. I think we have created the structure also on the, we have communicated the structure to be followed in the GitHub. Like assignments are individual assignments, quizzes they need to follow individually. Okay. Whereas the common templates like ideation and all those things are team activity. So one Git repo is enough. So the same Git repo, they have to upload all the documentation. Okay. We have a
Okay.
clear instructions already, like which is an individual activity, which is a team activity.
Right. No, we have assigned the team. If the students submit the assignment only, we can go through the evaluation. Yeah, you are right. Is that certainly. Okay, how the students will know it's recommended by industry mentor. Uh, it's reviewed. It's not recommended. So the moment industry mentor reviewed, automatically it will pop in the faculty evaluator, login.
Yeah, the field will be disabled. You cannot edit or you cannot save the data there. Once industry mentor approves it, the field will be enabled. Okay, so that is how we can look at it. Anyway, you can have a evaluation schedule. You can also define a timeline based on your calendar. You can define on that. Based on the calendar only, we are proceeding.
Right. So Devi, ma'am, it is not easy to view the attendance of your students because we are extracting the Zoom data. Okay, as we communicated multiple times in our previous sessions, we will share your student attendance data once after completion of the technical trainings, ma'am. Probably by August 15-20 time frame, the moment when training completes, we will extract and we will give you in one go. Uh, Sir, one important question, what about transfer students? Can I delete or remove the students?
Dear faculties, if you have any students transferred from your college to other college, we are just moving the student from your college to other college. So the data will be transferred to their college automatically.
Students have uploaded assignments and the project status is shown as 0%.
Yeah, they have to move the cards in the Kanban board. Activities need to be updated in the Kanban board. Then only the status will be updated, Hitesh. So as they start working on the activity, they have to move from backlog to progress. And if they complete from progress to, they have to move it into the review status. Okay. Then only the project status will update.
Yeah. Vigneshwari, ma'am, hope you got it. But we even done that session as well. Like Kanban board, the tile moving. Once after the task is done, students are supposed to move it to the right extreme. Okay, so my student have missed one class. How to get the assignment link? Hemant, can you check with Dr. V. Mala, ma'am?
Ma'am, your student can find the assignment question. If they miss the assignment question, then the assignment question can be found in the project support channels. And this assignment has to be submitted in the Git repo provided in the workspace.
Is there any course certificate for mentors? Uh, I am not sure. I don't think there is any specific course for mentors exclusively. But Amar, maybe you can
I
add.
think that Hitesh, we have discussed, right? Did you get any confirmation on the certification from Anna University for the faculty mentors and evaluators?
Uh, no, not yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
we
you
will
need
we
to
will take that.
get that confirmation and communicate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, okay, so if you clear the issue they could be submitting the remaining things like empathy map. Yeah, Sangeeta ma'am. So those issues, see, since most of the students are working with GitHub for the first time, maybe the initial hiccups. Not to worry, these hiccups will get resolved in a day or two time frame. Just to have patience. Once that gets over, automatically they can start working on, as you said, they can work on the activities and submit smoothly. Okay, moving on. Don't have access to project workspace. Students are getting this message if they're going to get repo. Uh, I think they have to verify the email, right, Hemant? The confirmation email they need to uh, click. Then only they get access to workspace, right?
No, no. It's like if faculty Spock, college Spock, if he approves the team, then the students will have access to their project workspace and chat with mentor option.
So, okay. Smart Intern's ID has been provided to the students, but when try to log in webmail, it shows invalid login. Please resolve it.
So
Hemant?
Murugesh, sir, yeah. I request you to please provide email ID of that particular student so that I can check it. Please provide the ID and support channel so I'll act on it immediately.
A team attendance, no, ma'am. So I already conveyed that. We'll share it last. We have manual. Okay, so I'm just proceeding. I need student group link to join Rocket Chat groups for students. Student group link to join Rocket Chat groups for students. Student group is there isn't any specific as such. Project groups we have. Project specific groups we have, ma'am. So students when getting on project, they'll have to click chat with mentor. Automatically, they'll be joining into the groups. Okay, team leader have not done the work assignment. The progress shows, but they have submitted in GitHub. What shall we do? Uh, Amar, Hemant, can you take this?
Akhilesh, can you repeat once again? Sorry.
The team leader have not done the work assignment. The progress show as 0%, but they have submitted in GitHub.
Okay. So the currently the process is like the activities of distribution has to be done by the team lead only, and he has to update the status of activity in the Kanban board. Okay, this is to make them engaged on the development process and make them understand what is Kanban board and agile mode of development. Okay, so it's mandatory that the team lead has to move the cards in the Kanban board to the respective status, like either in progress or the reviewed status. And then only the status will update. There is no other way to bypass this and update the status. They have to do it this way only.
Okay,
This is to make them learn the process. If they get into the company also, they will go through such a process. So it is make them to, it will help them to understand this process better way and develop the leadership qualities.
right, right. Is it necessary for team to create their project product to be made as physical or on one physical one or using the online form? Uh,
Online form is fine. Yeah. I mean to
okay,
say, is it relevant to IoT? If it is relevant to IoT, I think simulator model is enough. Uh, yeah.
okay. Um, in project status, percentage vary from one batch to another batch. Some of the batch submitted assignment, but project. So yeah, so project status depends on team leader or team members, moving the activities in the Kanban board. So don't bother about the percentages. Like unless until if team members don't move, or team leader don't move the cards to the complete state, percentage will not change. Do you want to add anything, Amar?
Yeah, I think that is a process. They need to follow that process. Yeah.
Right. So just submitting your students the document in GitHub is not sufficient. Your team leader has got access on every activity. He has to move, the activity cards to the complete status. Okay, so that is in progress and complete. The cards you have to move. We have done a session exclusively on that. Please go through the recording once again so that you will get full clarity.
See, without that, Yukesh, what happens? Industry mentor doesn't know, right, whether the activity is in progress or is it completed.
Correct.
So we cannot
Yes.
understand what is the status of the activity. And
Correct.
if
Correct.
industry mentor doesn't understand, then he cannot provide the his inputs as well as he cannot approve the activity.
True. True. So, right. So faculties request you to ensure all your students work on Kanban board as well, right? Unless until if their work is, to be in the complete state, that is 90% it what it will show on the percentage. So industry mentor will come, will review and make it 100%. So then that is ready for evaluation. So request you to go through the recording once again. Okay, so let me proceed. Where should we uh, go and give marks to student assignment? So we have explained this, Praveen sir, in the phase one, 0 to 2 marks. So there are four different assignments fields we have given. So there is what you have to give. Okay, just let me proceed. Is there any grace time for designing phase? Every phase has to complete in the given specified timelines. Maybe, if it, spills like maybe another 2, 3 days in for the following week, you can take and submit, but not more than that, sir. See, we have a whole target of to complete this project by November 19th, along with the evaluation. So we should ensure our students should complete the whole work by November 10th time frame. Last 8, 10 days we can take for completion of full evaluation. So my our request is then and there itself, like it's an interim evaluation. You have to keep on evaluate multiple times each student work. Right, phase one it's completed. You have to evaluate. So every day you have to come and evaluate your student projects. Don't wait till the end, or else a lot of work will be on your shoulder. Okay. So student, the webmail for smart interns ID is not so. Hemant, can you check with Sangeeta ma'am?
Yeah, sure. I'll do check.
Yeah, Sangeeta. Okay. Uh, is it possible to communicate industry mentor and industry evaluator? Mm, actually speaking, maybe Amar, you can address this. Is it possible to communicate with industry mentor and industry evaluator?
Um, we can add the few representatives of the industry mentors in the faculty mentors group, Hitesh. Let's take this item. So we'll get back on this part. Yeah, maybe we
Okay,
can have
clear.
few people, the key people in the rocket chart group, so that there can be like they can share their views internally. We'll come back on this part.
Right. Hemant, Gobinath sir, team ID, can you please take?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Uh, so students have received one assignment so far. Can we complete the evaluation after all assignments? Yeah, Vigneshwari ma'am. So yeah, you can do that, but provided between your student completion of your task and you starting the evaluation, I hope you have understood in between. Industry mentor has to review it. right? All the session Amar was highlighting. Industry mentor has to review and he has to approve it. So that only you can come into the picture and evaluate.
Yeah, but if something is not enabled here, and if you feel like activity is done on the ground, they can have a evaluation and have a scores written locally. And once get the confirmation, especially for some activities, there is not much input necessary from the industry mentor, only waiting for the approval of activity from the industry mentor. I think no need to waste time. Based on the confirmation, they can go ahead with reviewing internally, and score can be noted down locally. And once this
Correct.
activity moves to review, they can do it. This is not
So,
for all, especially
correct,
for the
correct, correct.
activities where not much input is necessary from industry mentor. Okay.
Correct. Got it. Got it. Yeah, yeah. I hope it is clear, Vigneshwari ma'am. Just you do the ground evaluation and keep scores aside on in Excel or Word document. The moment a project comes into your portal, then you can straight away go and allocate marks. Okay. I'm just moving on. Is there any possible for Spark to monitor the students in our dashboard? Uh, so Jeba, ma'am, actually, yes, the Spox can see the student teams on his dashboard.
Project
So
status is also available, I think. Let us review once again. So I think most importantly, the project status is the activity which need to be brought under the Spark. Hemant, do we have the project status in College Spark dashboard?
Yes, sir. We are showing the project status to this POC as well.
Okay.
okay, so s- whether so whether in GitHub without Git bash also students can directly upload files. Uh, I think so. Hemant, I request you to answer this. Kokila, ma'am is asking.
Yes, ma'am. Student can also upload the files directly without using Git bash. So in the last session, we have demonstrated the same. So just nothing like student has to get collaborated with their could get collaborated with the Git repo, and then they can just drag and drop the files. Uh, so they can upload by just dragging and dropping the files also without using Git bash.
So Git repo, some students couldn't see any repository. It shows repository is empty. For that, any solution is there?
Yeah. So the repository empty is something where again the invitation acceptance comes into picture. So what happens is if I'll say you the difference between disabled, like uploads are disabled and Git repository is empty. So first I'm trying to collaborate with my Git repo, and I'm not accepting the invitation, and I'm directly going to the Git repository. Then you will get the repository is empty. You will get the messages and repository is empty. Let's say I am having 4-member team. I'm the team leader. I have collaborated and uploaded the file successfully. And my second team member one is trying to collaborate. He has given the username but has not accepted the invitation, right? So when he clicks on the Git repo, the files which are uploaded by the team leader shows to him, but he'll not be able to upload the files. It will show uploads are disabled. The reason is, again, he has not accepted the invitation. If none of the team has accepted the invitation and trying to access the Git repo, then the message will be as repository is empty. Hope you got the clarity between two things. Disabled, like uploads are disabled and repository is empty.
Yeah, it should, Hemant, thanks. But the faculty members have to give approval or review over the student's assignment work. Uh, so approval will be done by industry mentor. Faculty, so faculty mentor hasn't do anything. Faculty mentor ensure of students submitting the things. Review will be done by industry mentor, and evaluation is been done by faculty evaluator. So what is the role of faculty mentor, Amar? If you can reiterate, maybe the things will be clear. Mm, So faculty mentor hasn't have any role to play in the tool in regards to moving the tiles in the Kanban board or approving. So physically on ground, faculty mentor has to interact with the student and educate them on submitting the activity files in a proper manner. Uh, but faculty evaluator is one who will do the evaluation and give marks post industry mentor approval. Okay. Some students did not log into Rocket Chat because they did not get any login ID for logging to. So they have to click on the project chat with mentor option so that it will, they'll be leading to Rocket Chat. So Charise team, Hemant, can you please check once on Charise team?
Sorry, sir, I'll not have the team names here for me. We have team IDs.
Correct. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are right. Sangeeta, I request you to give the team ID so that it helps for us to track your team. Uh, okay. Okay. Students not created the folder when they upload their assignment. They directly now they are created. Is there any rework can uh, so Hemant, can you take this Pavitra ma'am question?
Yeah, Pavitra ma'am, if the students upload it in a proper format, it will be really helpful for you and for us to review and evaluate the things. So, I request to please, ask the students to re-upload it. It will be easy for us all because only one assignment has been completed. So, if we make the things in a structure from now, then uh, it will take time for them also to get habituated. By the end, they'll be habituated to submit in a structure.
Evaluator is not enabled to Spock.
Sorry, ma'am, but we have enabled it to all these box. If it is not enabled to you, I will request you to please help me with your college name so that I can have a check.
Okay. As a mentor login, we have to able to see the team's percent of completion, but we can't able to see the task tracking by the team. All the time we ask the leaders to show their task assignment and status.
Hey,
Uh,
sir,
yeah, Hemant.
ma'am, this is not required. You will have your percentage there. When you click on view option, you will have their assets, and before the project deliverables, you have project status, which is their completion status of the project. So you don't need to get it from the team leaders. You can get it in your logins directly. So Sangeeta ma'am, regarding please respond to it how teams can create a folder and submit. So on this we have already taken this session, ma'am. So we request you to please have a review to knowledge session hyphen GitHub and project deliverable structure. This is the video link which you have to refer in your dashboard, which this will give you a clear understanding. It is enabled for all the stakeholders, that is college for principal, evaluator, mentor, and the students.
Okay, so one last question we'll take and close. Whether we'll get any notification for starting the evaluation process. So Hemant, do you wanted to answer this?
So for the faculty evaluators, I mean, what happens is once the industry mentor reviews the task and moves the task to the complete section, the faculty evaluator will be notified as this task has been done, and you can start evaluation. For the assignment quizzes, you can get started with evaluating. Rest where the industry mentor work is involved, then once he reviews the task and moves the task to complete section, so all the faculty evaluators will be notified to evaluate your marks. I mean, to evaluate the task done by the student.
Right. Yeah. Uh, Fine then. So it's time for us to close. We have addressed more than an hour. So thank you all for faculties for joining this session. Let us catch up with you in the next knowledge session, which will keep you posted. So every alternate day we have planned for a session. So request you to take out time and attend that so that further activities in the project you'll be able to understand them, and easily you could able to guide your students and working on the project. And let's aim to complete this student projects timely manner the activities by before the deadline. So please everyone have this deadline in your mind, like November 19th is what we are closing this project. So at least a week before student has to close his or her works. So last 1 week time frame, we as a industry evaluator from our side, faculty evaluators from the colleges side. So we will have to close this whole program evaluation part and whatever things followed by. Yeah. So let's aim for that. So thank you all. Thanks team. Thanks Hemant, Shaina, Anand, Vijay, Naren. Uh, so I think Dave has dropped. Dave, Amar, yeah, and Ranjini ma'am. Thank you all. Let's catch up in the next session. Thank you.